everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. It's been so long since I've been live with y'all. I think it was towards the beginning of the quarantine for most of us. Let me just make sure I'm showing up on YouTube. I am. Okay, good. I was a little concerned. Okay, awesome. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I know, let's see. Wait, Just Sam won Idol last night? Who's Just Sam? Now I feel like I need to look it up. Curious. I'm legit looking it up right now. Who is this? I do not recognize this person. Okay, y'all are gonna have to tell me who this is because I don't know. But welcome to my live. I can't believe I just took 5 minutes to look that up, but that's how I am, very curious. But welcome to my live, y'all. I wanted to talk to all of you joining me about just how we're doing during this quarantine. This is like a check-in period. Okay, no, I saw that Beatrix that she won. Okay, I'll have to look into her and her music. But I just wanted to check in with y'all, see how we're all doing, how we're hanging in there this quarantine. And then for some of us, we're already back to work. Some of us never stopped working. We've been working from home. And then some of us are getting ready to go back to work. So I'm getting ready to go back to work soonish. Hi, Tia. Thanks for joining me. So, you know, it's like quarantine is coming to an end. My state is slowly reopening. They have like different phases, but most stores, you know, like the big box stores are open. The big commercial stores are open. The restaurants are getting ready to open soon for dine-in service. So slowly but surely, everything is starting to reopen. And so with that comes so much. On one hand, I'm like ready to get out of the house. I'm so over quarantine. Like the walls are starting to close in on me, even with being introverted and being so happy. Hi, Kimberly. Even with being so introverted and being so happy, like at home and like, you know, enjoying it, I've hit my limit. I've watched all the TV shows I care to watch, all the movies I care to watch, eaten all the snacks. I gained like 5 pounds. So I probably gained more than 5 pounds, y'all. So I got to get back on my exercise regimen. I have like sat in every part of my house possible. I've sat on the floor, I've sat on the corner, I've sat in every different room. I've cleaned everything I could possibly clean, deep cleaned everything I could possibly deep clean, reorganized my closet 3 times. This is my office space that I'm in right now. So this is going to be my project, my last project of quarantine. I've been kind of putting it off because I've been slowly like getting materials in the mail from Amazon to completely renovate this area. But everything as of today finally was delivered for me to transform the space. So the next time I go live from here, it'll look a little bit different. But that's like my final quarantine project. Everything has been exhausted. I don't know if I have cooked recipes and explored new dishes. I don't know if y'all are experiencing the same thing where you're just like, I've done everything. I've done every face mask, foot scrub. Like, let's see. Yes, Beatrice, you're with me, like the weight. Hey, oh my God, Shane's in the building, luxurious blue. Yeah, I'm just like, yo, I got bat wings. Yo, something's got to be done. Okay, we got to get it together. So I think for me, starting today at 8 p.m., I'm going to be back on my exercise fitness kick. Like I've downloaded some apps, found some like, you know, those videos on YouTube that's like shred in 2 weeks. abs in 2 weeks. You know what I'm talking about. Those workout videos that are like give you like a time scale, like we get you right in about 14 days. Yeah, I've made a playlist. I can share that with y'all if you're interested to see what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks. But these bat wings have got to go. My thighs are out of control. Like it's time to get everything back under control. Let's see. Nerdtastic says I enjoy staying at home, but I also am conflicted because I miss being around people. Hey, Deepmala in the house. You said things are going crazy in India. Oh my goodness. What's going on in India? Kim says, did you do a recipe in a pineapple bowl? Looks like I didn't. I missed out on that. I've actually been staying off the internet for the past 2 weeks. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, I've been pretty active on my Bookstagram account recently, and having my Bookstagram account as a creative outlet has been getting me through quarantine and feeding that need to be creative. I haven't really been filming booktube, like formal booktube videos. I have done some vlogs. If y'all haven't checked out my vlog, I've posted 2 so far, and I think I'll be posting about 3 more within this week. I'm editing them right now, so you'll kind of see what I've been up to during quarantine and what's happened. And if you don't like vlogs that are not reading vlogs, then you won't like these vlogs. These vlogs are more like life, introspective. Like if you like the more introspective, deeper, chatty vlogs, then you'll like them. But I posted 2 on my channel thus far. If you haven't watched them, I encourage you to go watch. And then I'll be posting 2 to 3 more as this week progresses. But I don't even remember. Oh, yes, social media. So I haven't really been making formal videos for BookTube, but I have been creating content for Bookstagram and having a lot of fun on there and interacting with some of y'all on there, and some new people that don't follow me on YouTube. So it's been a nice creative outlet, and it's kind of been nice to be on a different bookish community, like being on a different platform in a different bookish community that is a little bit more, I wouldn't say it's more welcoming than BookTube. It's just, it feels more accessible, I guess, because it's like people direct message you or inbox you, and you can go right there and respond right away. And it feels a little bit more instant, I guess. But I've been having a great time over there. But if you have been following me on Bookstagram, then you'll notice for the past week and a half to 2 weeks, I've been kind of ghost. I haven't been posting as much. And that's because I like to take social media breaks. I think it's important. So I missed out on the little pineapple recipe thing. But I'll probably look into that. Curious. So much chocolate. Oh no, none of your pants fit, Beatrice. Girl, I don't. I don't want to talk about it. I just know I'm getting back on my fitness. I will share my fitness playlist after this live. I will make it public. So if anyone else is interested to see what the workouts I'm going to be doing for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be vlogging my results and my journey, because I really enjoy watching fitness vlogs. I don't know if anyone else does. And I will legit sit there and watch a fitness vlog while I'm eating a bowl of ice cream. I mean, non-dairy ice cream, but still, like, I am shameless. I'll be eating snacks and watching someone get fit with no shame whatsoever. But yeah, so quarantine has been interesting. I've had a lot of revelations. Again, I'm not going to go too much into it because I did make those vlogs. So if y'all are interested, then you can watch the vlogs, the ones that are posted and as the new ones post. And then, yes, I have mixed feelings about going back to work, because ever since my state started slowly reopening, our coronavirus cases have just skyrocketed, and that's really frightening. And my workplace is taking a lot of precautions and putting a lot of practices and protocols in place to keep us as employees and the people that will be coming into our practice extremely safe, or as safe as you can be in this climate. But it is still nerve-wracking, right? Because staying at home, there's a certainty in that. If you're doing quarantine right and you're not just going to Target every day and wandering around if you're actually staying home the majority of your time, there's a certainty in that. I know exactly the people that I come into contact with. I'm usually at home. I'm not in the public. So I know for a fact that me being at risk for getting COVID-19 is extremely low. But with going back to work, those chances out the, certainty out the window. So that does make me apprehensive. Um, this is all new territory, so I have no idea what's going to happen. But all I can do is wear my mask, do all the safety precautions that are asked of me at work. We have like an hourly cleaning schedule we're going to be doing, wash my hands, and take my vitamins. Oh my goodness. If y'all want to take in vitamins, this is the time to start. You got to make sure that your immune system is as strong as it can possibly be. Try to not eat as many processed foods as much as you can, eat healthy, eat fresh as much as you can, and just make sure that you're taking the best care of your body you possibly can, just to give yourself that extra layer of security when it comes to your health right now. I've been taking my vitamins. I have this immune booster that I'm taking, and I've been drinking tons of water. And and prayer. Let's see. Oh, Kim asked, where do I live? I live in North Carolina. Yes, ma'am. Let's see. Nerdtastic says, I can't stay away from dairy and ice cream either, so I'm eating keto brand of ice cream. That's good. It makes me feel a little bit better about eating it and watching someone else get it. Now, I will say that I was vegetarian for 2 years, and then I was vegan for 5 years. I'm not vegan anymore, but ever since I went vegan, it's been really hard for me to go back to eating dairy. I have a little bit of a better time if it's every once in a while I'll have like a cheese pizza, or I'll have Parmesan cheese like on Italian food every once in a while. Or I can eat dairy if it's baked into something, right? Like a cupcake or brownie, cookie. I don't really like cake. Love cupcakes. Something like that. Pie. But I try to do non-dairy as much as I possibly can. So if somewhere gives me the option of non-dairy and dairy, I'm going to go with the non-dairy option. I say all that to say that I did discover this non-dairy ice cream that I would recommend. It's so good, y'all. It's so good. I wish I had a carton in my refrigerator to show y'all, but it's the So Delicious brand. Let me see if I can Google it and I'll pull up the pic. It's the So Delicious brand, and it's made with cashew milk. Let me see if I can look it up. Yeah, it's made with cashew milk. I will show you the picture. Shirley, you're in my live. That's my roommate, Shirley.
Oh, during the video?
You're fine. Okay, so here is a picture of what I'm talking about. Ooh, have y'all seen this at the store? So Delicious, dairy free. This one is the Snickerdoodle one. They have different flavors. It's so good. I found this. They sell it at Target. They also sell it at Walmart for pretty cheap. Ooh, my computer's about to die. Hold on, y'all. They sell it at Walmart for pretty cheap. Oh. They also, of course, sell it at places like Whole Foods and things like that, but it's overpriced at Whole Foods. I'm just plugging in my laptop. Don't mind me. It's overpriced at Whole Foods. So I recommend getting it at Walmart or Target or somewhere like that. But if you want to try a non-dairy ice cream, that one is the best one of all the different ones I've tried. And I recommend it to everyone. I actually got my mom hooked on it, and I've gotten various friends and family members hooked on it too. So yeah, this is another flavor they have. That one was a Snickerdoodle. This one is the salted caramel cluster. Delicious. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the comments. Okay, so the Geeky Gim says the New Jersey beaches are reopening. Yeah, that is a little scary, like the beach is reopening. And it's so interesting how they're saying social distance, social distance, social distance, but there's certain places where that's going to be very, very hard to do. Even now, when I go to the store, if the store is like, depending on the store I go to, if the store is particularly busy, it's very difficult and very hard to social distance. Let's see here. LaShonda says, I hope employers give employees the option to return or alternative working arrangements for those that are still concerned. You know, I think it depends on the company that you work for and depends on who you work for. Because some companies are giving you the option to work from home, or they're saying, okay, we understand that you don't feel safe coming back. Like, we'll try to bring you back, later on, or you let us know when you feel comfortable coming back. And then you have those companies where they may say that, but that doesn't mean your job is guaranteed. It depends. So, for example, North Carolina is an at-will state. So you can be let go at will for any reason. So even if your employer says that it's okay for you to opt out of coming back to work because you don't feel safe, and of course, these are for employers that don't offer work from home options, right? They can say that because legally they can't fire you for that reason. Like, they can't fire you because your health is at risk or you don't feel safe, right? But we're an at will state. So they can put in another reason, or, whatever the case may be. They, just like Sephora let go of all of their part-time employees, every single one. I don't know if y'all saw that in the news. But then if you work in a union state like New York, or some of these other union states, things get a little bit different, and workers have way more rights, right? Let's see. Okay, Dej H asks, why did I stop being vegan? So I'm pulling up all the photographic evidence. Let me see if I can find the picture. So when I was vegan, I thought I was doing the right thing. I was inspired to go vegan by a good friend of mine who I lived with in New York. We lived in an apartment in Harlem together for a couple years, and she was vegan. And just living with her and her being my best friend slowly over time. And by the way, it's her birthday today. So Brooke, if you end up watching this later, happy birthday. I love you so much. I've already told her in person, but a little birthday shout out because she watches my videos. But anyways, I just kind of picked up her eating habits over time. And I was just inspired by how healthy she was. And then when I moved back here to North Carolina, I watched all the videos, right? They were all on Netflix at the time. And I couldn't tell you the names of them, but they're kind of like the famous documentaries about veganism and why you should go vegan. The documentaries exposing the meat industry and the dairy industry and the way the animals are treated and how horrible it is, and factory farms, and all the chemicals that go into the food and all of that stuff. I watched all of those documentaries and I was sold. I was like, that's it, that day. Because at that point I had been like vegetarian, but watching those videos, I was like, that's it. And I went vegan overnight. And I stuck to it strictly, okay? I did eat a lot of like meat substitutions at first, because I was used to meat, and then slowly, and then at one point I was mostly like raw vegan. The problem happened where it started to affect my health. And I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was being the healthiest I've ever been. At one point, I got so skinny that I lost so much weight that I was in like a size 0 pants. Don't recommend losing that much weight. And I thought I was fine. I thought I was healthy. I thought everything was fine. I do appreciate that my family was very understanding. Looking back now, I can tell that they were a little concerned, but they never, pressed me, or they never like came after me, right? They were never like, ooh, so we think this diet is unhealthy. Never. The irony is my mom actually went vegan, and my mom is still vegan to this day, because of just the way I was eating. She got inspired by me. And, you know, I would watch the documentaries and then I would tell her, you know, this is really bad. Like, you shouldn't be eating this, blah, blah, blah. So the reason I stopped being vegan is, in a nutshell, it was unhealthy. I had lost an extreme amount of weight. I was underweight. I could not pick up weight to save my life. I was eating everything that I was supposed to be eating and substituting with vitamins, but it still wasn't enough. And I'm the type of person where I don't really eat a lot. You know, I know this, you know, you can't tell by my bat arms, but I don't really eat a lot. I usually eat like 1 to 2 meals a day. And when I was vegan, I had to eat at least 5 meals a day to conserve my energy and kind of like keep up, you know? And that was just a lot for me. It kind of messed with my digestive system for a while. So my digestion was like messed up for a while. It just caused a lot of problems. I ended up having like really bad skin. I mean, it was just crazy. So it's like I thought I was doing this thing that was so healthy. And then it turns out that I had all these issues from it. I eventually went to see a nutritionist. I went to see a holistic doctor. Then I went to see a regular doctor. And essentially, the information I gathered from everyone, had a lot of tests done, was that my diet was not conducive to my health. And I needed to incorporate some meat or animal products back into my diet, some animal fat back into my diet. Now, I know that's controversial. You will have diehard vegans tell you that that's not true, that you don't need that you can substitute everything with vegan, you know, products, and that you can just eat more leafy green vegetables and flax seeds and this and that and you know, vitamins and all that. Just that wasn't my experience, y'all. That just wasn't my experience. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. Genetics play a large part. I also think that where you're from and your ancestors and how they ate, I think there's some truth to that, you know. I'm Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria. Nigerians, we eat a lot of animal products. You know, it's not as bad because we don't really have factory farming. And so the meat products we do eat, like back home, when I was a little girl, we had a hen house. And, you know, when we wanted chicken, this sounds, you know, we killed the chicken right there. Like, I remember being a little girl and watching my mom like ring a chicken, kill it, pluck it. I would help her pluck it, clean it out. We would cook it that night, and that was that. You know, if we want a goat meat, we go pick the goat. They would kill it right there. You know, I know this is getting kind of graphic. I'm sorry, but you guys get what I'm saying. So I think there's definitely something to be said for that. I found the picture. This was me at the height of my vegan period. I hope you guys will be able to see this. Ooh. Ooh. Can y'all see? That's my mom. This is like 4th of July, 2014. So some people might say I look perfectly fine, but personally, just for me and my body and everything, I was grossly underweight and unhealthy. I hope everybody could see that. But yeah, that was a long story. Let's see. Tia, yes, check out that ice cream brand. Ari says, learning to make vegan ice cream with coconut milk. That sounds delicious. Geeky Gimp says, people are getting very lax about wearing masks and washing hands already. Honestly, what I've discovered is that a lot of people are getting lax because time is going, you know, and this has become normalized and people are used to this type of living now. Human beings, we can literally adjust to anything. And unless you are personally affected or you know someone, a family member, friend, acquaintance that has gotten sick, this all can seem very far away from you and just not reality. And so if you haven't been personally affected in some way, it does become very easy to disassociate from what's actually going on and, you know, not wash your hands as much, not wear masks, because you're like, well, you know, I don't know anyone that's sick and I'm not sick and it's not affecting me. Kim, thanks for joining me during your writing break. I feel honored. Let's see. Shane, what's up? What the health? I think What the Health? Is that one of the documentaries? Probably. Um, Gemma's here. Hi. Geeky Gimp. Yeah, you stopped being vegetarian. Seriously, like, it was a very, very difficult decision because I was one of those people that was like diehard vegan, in terms of my diet. I try to be vegan with my lifestyle too. Like, I tried to not buy any more products that, were tested on animals or, were animals at one time or anything like that. I really believed in the lifestyle. I really believed in the diet. I wasn't like religious about it or fanatic or anything, but I just really believed in it. I thought it was amazing. I thought, oh my gosh, this is a way that we can save the world, save our agriculture and stop so much pollution and stop the torture of animals. Like, I was like on the train, okay? And so when I hit that roadblock with my health, it was such a shock. Like, I was just I remember I kind of went into a depression for a while because I was definitely that person that, I mean, my mom went vegan because of me, but I was definitely that person that well, I mean, she went vegan for other reasons, not just me, but I was definitely that person that encouraged veganism on people. Like, people would ask me questions like, oh my gosh, you're vegan? Like, especially in North Carolina, like where I live, like people here, they love their steak, meat and potatoes, okay, all the way. This is the South, So people would be fascinated, like at the jobs that I worked and people that I just knew that I would run into. They would ask me so many questions, and I'd be like, yeah, you should try it. So it was such a mind fuck when I couldn't be vegan anymore. And I was very quiet about it. I was almost ashamed. Like, I would shout veganism from the rooftops, and then when I couldn't be vegan anymore, I just quietly stopped being vegan. And I just quietly, and even to this day, I eat as much non-animal products as possible. But every once in a while I have to have some chicken. Every once in a while, like, I eat eggs a lot and things like that. Yes, Shane, What the Health is one of the documentaries. That's probably one of the ones I watched. But yeah. What age did I move from Nigeria? I moved when I was 7. The anniversary of my family coming to America is very bittersweet. It was September 11th, yeah, of 1994 is when my family came to America. I was 7 years old. So it's just weird. Like, every September 11th is a very weird day because nationally in America, it's a very sad day, but then it's also like a historic day for my family, and we always celebrate it every year in the sense that we send each other reminder texts, and we're like, wow, look how far we've come. And it's amazing that I've lived in America at this point longer, obviously much longer than my home country, my homeland. I definitely feel more American in some ways than Nigerian. Although I treasure my roots and my heritage, it's interesting. So, mental health, let's get into it. And then I'll show you all some of the books that I've been reading, getting me through quarantine. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and my mental health has been like this whole quarantine. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but I started off quarantine in a good place, mental health wise. I actually thought, sorry, a little fuzzy. I actually thought that I was going to be way more creative during quarantine. I thought this is perfect time for me to get back into writing my current book that I've been working on since NaNoWriMo from last year. I was like, this is perfect. I'll get to work on my draft. I'll get to do yoga every morning. You have this like idea in your mind. I'm going to wake up, do yoga, stretch, go for a nice morning walk, have my coffee, sit in my office area, work on my draft. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be wonderful. None of that happened. I think I did yoga one day. Yeah. I went on walks 3 or 4 times. Outside of walking my dogs, which I try to make as short as possible. I'm like, y'all get out here, do your business. We're going inside. Instead, I found myself lounging around the house. I found myself taking a lot of naps. I found myself like I would go into these reading binges. Like I would literally read in bed for like 72 hours straight and read like as many books as possible on my Kindle and then just like come out of this fog. I found myself eating a lot of snacks. I found myself watching a lot of movies. That was a highlight. I rewatched the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which was just everything to me. I think I'm gonna rewatch it again because it gave me that spark of creativity that had been missing for so long. Um, I'm currently reading the audiobook for The Fellowship of the Ring, which it's giving me so much life. But yeah, things did not go as planned. I haven't gotten any writing done to this day at all. I have read quite a bit, so that's been like the silver lining of all of this. I've gotten a lot of reading done. Like this quarantine and what's in the pandemic um, did not affect my reading. And honestly, a lot of that is thanks to quarantine pages. I don't know if y'all are aware, but I'm a part of a silent reading group called Quarantine Pages, and we have silent reading hours every single day. Every single day it's a different time, and every single day it's a different host. So it's 7 booktubers. It was started by Njeri of Onyx Pages, and it's been going on pretty much since the end of March, beginning of April. And my day, if you're curious, is Thursday. So Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my day to host the silent reading hour, and we do it over Zoom. Um, if you're following me on my social medias, I always post the Zoom link that day with the password, and I also post it on my community tab here on YouTube. Um, Side note, this Wednesday the 19th, I will actually be doing an interview because now Quarantined Pages is doing author interviews where we're inviting authors to come join us for the silent reading hour. And then after the hour is over, we're doing like a Q&A with them. We've already had Tochi Onyebuchi, which was freaking amazing. This is a sidebar. I'm going to come back to mental health, but Tochi Onyebuchi is literally he is a phenomenal human being. Like, I love his books, and to see him be as wonderful as you could have, you would want to imagine one of your authors that you admire is, was so great. But Brittany from Melanin Eclectic, she interviewed him. If you're interested in watching the interview, it is up on her channel. So definitely go check that out. She did an amazing job, and Tochi is just I stand. I stand. So we've already had Tochi. We also had Alyssa Cole. So for those of y'all that like her books, and she was interviewed by Noria from Noria Reads. So that is up on her channel if you're interested. And then we also had Kristen. What is her last name? I feel terrible. I can't remember her last name. But she was interviewed by Adriana from Perpetual Pages. So go check that out on Adriana's channel. And then on Wednesday, I will be interviewing wow, I almost said Alyssa Cole. I'm on that romance reader genre. No, I'll be interviewing Christina C. Jones. If y'all have been watching my channel for any length of time, you know how hard I stand. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. She writes Black romance, and she arguably is one of the best to do it, y'all. Period, point blank. I will fight you if you don't agree. But yeah, she's absolutely incredible, and I'll be interviewing her on Wednesday. She'll be coming on at 3 p.m. EST. So post the link and all the things, keep y'all informed. But we also have some more interviews coming up. So I will link the Quarantine Pages Instagram page in this live if y'all want to go check it out so you can see all the people we have coming up, because we have some really exciting ones coming up. I think on Tuesday we have, I'm going to have to go to our Instagram page because that's how many authors we have, to the point where I've almost lost track. Yeah, we have a really good one on Tuesday, the day before mine. Let's see. I just don't want to be wrong. Yes. Actually, is it on Tuesday? Oh, no, I was wrong. Mine is on Tuesday. I thought it was on Wednesday. That's weird. This is what happens when you stay off the internet for too long. I did need an internet break though, y'all. I really did. Okay, so we're having Aiden Thomas on, which I'm really excited about. Like, that one is gonna be a really good one. I'm really excited about their debut that's coming out soon. Cemetery Boys. Aiden Thomas is on May 20th at 3 p.m. Let's see. And this is gonna bug me. I have to find Kristen Lambert. I can't believe I forgot her last name. That was the one that Adriana did on last Wednesday that's up on their channel. But yes, I will link the Quarantine Pages Instagram page in this description so you can come back to it. Or you can just search Quarantine Pages on Instagram. We're like the only one. Find us, see all the goodies coming up, all the good authors. We're excited, we're pumped. Let's see. Oh, I see my Quarantine Page homies are in the house in the chat, letting y'all know what's really up. Since I clearly have no idea what's going on. But anyways, so that's helped my reading a lot because it's like a 1 hour silent reading hour every day. I haven't been tuning in recently every day, just because work things have started ramping back up, like preparation to go back to work. But for the very first half of this quarantine, it was a lifesaver because otherwise sometimes I wouldn't read at all. But my reading hasn't been affected by the quarantine, but everything else has. And I thought it was going to be this like utopia, but somewhere around April 13th, Easter, I think, hit all of us different. Whether you celebrate Easter traditionally or not, Easter is a family time. You know, people get together with their families around Easter normally or on Easter. And not being able to gather with my people, you know, it did something to me mentally. And after Easter, I noticed my mental health just went like it was bad. It was bad. For a while I was kind of in a dark place. It started to feel like Groundhog's Day every day. Like you wake up and it's like you don't know what day it is really. It's just like, okay, it's already another day. Like the days would start blurring together. They would go by so fast. It'd be like morning, afternoon, evening, all in like one long stretch. And I started to feel as if my days had no purpose. Like I would literally just wake up and just wander from room to room, like looking for some type of meaning in my day, some type of meaning in my life. Like it's like, okay, what now? What am I going to do? So that was bad. I think what helped me come out of that was talking to people. Usually when I go into a down, my mental health, I cut off everyone, right? I self-isolate. I go into my shell. This time, because we're not allowed to actually go outside and interact with the world, like we haven't had human contact, most of us, for so long, I like going into my shell was not appealing to me. So I just started calling people, like calling all my friends, calling my mom, like calling my best friends. Like, you know, I needed that human interaction. And that's eventually what pulled me out of it, was talking to people, realizing I wasn't alone. Hi, Amos. Realizing people were in the same boat as me, like talking to friends. I had one social distance lunch with two of my besties. We literally met up in a parking lot, brought our food, sat in the trunks of our car 6 to 8 feet apart, and just sat there. And we didn't really have much to say to each other because we'd already been talking to each other like almost every day. So we were all caught up on our lives. But just to see them with my own two eyes, even if I couldn't hug them, just to see them there. We were in the same vicinity, sharing the same space, breathing the same air. That was so huge. Oh my gosh. So that was extremely helpful. And then my mental health started to go back up again, you know, like, yeah. And then that's when I started like watching movies all the time. Like I am a movie binger. Like you have some people that binge TV shows. I binge movies because I have a very short attention span, I've noticed. And I can start watching a TV show and then I'll just stop. And the irony is, I'll find all these amazing TV shows, turn other people onto them. They'll start watching the TV show, and then I'll stop. And they'll be like, have you gotten to this episode? Have you got to this season? And I'm like, I stopped watching that show. Sorry. So lame. I've turned my friends on to like so many cool shows. Unless the show only has like 1 or 2 seasons, then I'll usually like binge it straight through and finish. Like the Sabrina show, I binged. Siempre Bruja, if you know, you know. Always a Witch on Netflix. Highly recommend. Highly, 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 highly. Binged that. There's certain shows I'll binge, you know, like everyone was binging. What was that show? The dating one that was really huge for a while. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. With Cameron and Lauren, you know, that couple that everybody was standing. I binged that show. Love is Blind. There we go. It's really easy for me to binge reality shows, easier than TV. But I don't know why I can't binge TV shows like that. It's weird because I used to be able to when I was younger, but in my adult years, I'm not a TV person like I used to be. I'm much more of a movie person. You know, I can watch a movie, even if it's like a trilogy or a duology, and I sit there and I know that it starts somewhere and it's going to end at some point. And that's like very comforting to me. With TV shows that have like season after season after season after season after season after season after season, it's like, it's too much of a commitment. Like, I'm just like, yo, when are we ending? Like, where's the stopping point? It's too much of a commitment. But yeah. Oh no, Shane says, I heard Siempre Bruja was problematic. Everything is problematic. Yo, everything is problematic. I enjoyed it, okay? I'm not saying it's perfect. You know, I'm not saying like it hits every social justice check. No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying I enjoyed it. It was a good time. Liked it. Nerdtastic says binging Criminal Minds. Nice. Brittany, hey Brittany, currently binging Avatar. Yes! Oh my gosh. Avatar, The Last Airbender. How did I not watch this earlier in my life? I'm on episode 4. I'm like slowly savoring it. It's like my morning, right? I wake up, I get my coffee, I do some stuff on the computer. I watch 1 episode of Avatar, The Last Airbender. Because I'll be damned if I watch it all in one day and then I don't have anything left. Even though I think there's 3 seasons, but still, I'm going to stretch it out as long as possible. Love it. Let's see. Gemma says, strangely, my ADD stops me being able to watch a full film, but I can watch a few episodes of a show in a row. I feel that. Okay, and Jerry says, Siempre Bruja grew on. Okay, see, somebody else that likes it, okay? It's just that I can definitely see the problematic elements. I can. But I'm the type of person that, maybe it's because I'm a writer, I can see most of the times the intent, right, of what they were trying to do, even if it misses the mark, or even if it's not perfect, or even if it has some issues. I can see from a creative standpoint. I can say, okay, I can see what the writer's room was trying to do there. Okay, they could have executed it a little different. Oh, so that's my brain when I watch things. So a lot of times, people will be like, oh my God, this was so problematic, and again, I can be like, you know what? I feel you. The way that they represented, you know, XYZ, totally wrong. I get it. But on the other hand, I can say, but from a writer's side, from a director's side, from a cinematographer side, from a costume designer side, from a set designer side, I'm like, I see what they were trying to do. Was it executed poorly? Perhaps. Was it missing? Did it miss the mark? Clearly. But it's like intention is easier for me to deduce because I've been in a writer's room, you know, like I've been behind the scenes on a set in a movie. I've seen what goes on. So like I have that in the back of my mind when I think about stuff like that. So I have a little bit more grace, I guess, for these things. And also there are just things that we like that are problematic. And I think it's hard for us to admit that to ourselves sometimes. Like there are shows and movies and books that I like that are problematic, that I'm like, I really shouldn't like this, but I do. But I do. And I'm just going to accept that. I'm human. I'm just going to accept that for whatever reason, this hits a spot in me. I need to explore why that is. Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how much time I have today. But, you know, y'all feel that way? It's kind of like, to use a very popular example, it's kind of like how I came to terms with being a Twilight fan. It's like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, mental health. It's been a roller coaster ride for sure this entire quarantine. And then coming out of quarantine, it'd be interesting to see how my mental health is affected once I am able to get out and be in the public. Um, Thank you, and Jerry. I will live my truth. Thank you so much. I need that support. Thank you. Shane says that's how I was watching Black as Fuck. It was messy, but there were aspects that I enjoyed. You know what? I watched a lot of commentary on Black as Fuck on YouTube, but I have not yet watched the show. But it's on my list. It's on my list. It's like my short list right now for Netflix is, and y'all let me know if you've watched these shows. All American, okay? Outer Banks, that Outer Banks show, it keeps being recommended to me. I'm like, whatever, okay. It looks like a bootleg One Tree Hill, but I'll give him a chance. Okay. What else is on my short list? The Becoming documentary. Has anyone seen the Becoming documentary? I am saving it. I might actually watch it tonight with a glass of wine. That actually sounds really good. The Becoming documentary is the top of my list. Okay. I think that's it for my short list on Netflix. It's like Becoming, All American, Outer Banks. Yeah. If y'all are watching anything on Netflix that's really good right now, that doesn't have too many seasons and isn't going to give me too much of a commitment phobia vibe, let me know. Okay. Let me know. But yes, I am interested to see how my mental health will be affected being out in the workplace again, interacting with people like my coworkers and the public. Ugh. Pray for me, y'all. Let's see. Hey, Abominable. Yes, Abominable is in the house. What did you watch? Was it the Becoming documentary? Nerdtastic says One Tree Hill. I love that show. Gonna watch Becoming tomorrow with my sisters. Nice. Yes, One Tree Hill is probably on my list of top 10 all-time favorite shows. Like that list has like the Cosby Show on it, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, that list that we all have. Girlfriends. Queen Sono was good. Queen Sono. All American got you hooked, Ari. I gotta check it out. It's definitely on my list. Everyone keeps telling me it's amazing. Okay. Brittany says she's currently watching Avatar, Call the Midwife, Hilda, Becoming Queen Sono. Everyone keeps talking about Queen Sono. What is Queen Sono? That sounds so interesting. Shane says Outer Banks is entertaining. It's like a teen drama alternative to Ozark. Ozark! Yes! Oh my gosh. The new season of Ozark. I can't believe I forgot to put that on my list. Yo, if you're not watching Ozark, one of my good friends turned me onto it. Shook it to my core. Like every episode, I'm like, is this really happening? It's happening. Okay. Every episode. Abominable says One Tree Hill was life in high school. It really was. And it's so interesting because that is one of the few shows that I've been able to commit to fully. Like I've watched all 9 seasons and appreciated each evolution of the show. Like let me just hide Shirley a little bit. Ooh. There we go. When the main 2 like characters that the show was basically like based off, when they left after season 6, I want to say, the show completely changed. Let's see. Okay, Queen Sono is South African. The soundtrack is amazing. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Oh my gosh. Badass Black woman spy. I am sold, Brittany. What? That sounds incredible. Okay, so clearly I need to watch Queen Sono as soon as humanly possible. Let's see. Okay, caught up on y'all's comments. Okay, Queen Sono, I'm adding that to the list. Maybe I'll watch like an episode tonight after I watch the Becoming documentary. I really want to watch that because the book was so amazing, and I'm curious to know like the behind the scenes of her. I'm guessing it's her like touring the book or maybe even writing it and things like that. So I'm curious. I haven't watched any trailers or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. Oh my God. Now I'm like Queen Sono. I need to look this up real quick. I'm completely captured. What? This looks amazing. Look at her hair. Yo, I'm so hyped. Thank you guys for turning me on to something. Okay, so now I want to show y'all some of the books that have been getting me through quarantine. I'm going to start with my Audible account because some of them are audiobooks. So we have The Fellowship of the Ring, first one. Also, we have, let's see, where's my Audible library? The Harry Potter audiobooks. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm rereading the series, the audiobook. I've talked about this before. Like the narrator for these are, I think this is Jim Dale. I want to say this is Jim Dale. I mean, Stephen Fry is my favorite narrator, but I cannot find the Stephen Fry narrations anywhere, and it is slowly killing my soul. But yes, so rereading those, and then there are a ton of ebooks. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show y'all the most recent ones because the ebooks that I've read during this quarantine, way too many. I've basically been rereading almost all of Love Belvin's books. Love Belvin, who, by the way, I will also be interviewing on the 27th. So letting y'all know. 27th. Let me see. More info as the date gets closer. But yes, I've been rereading everything Love Belvin. I've just been in a Love Belvin mood. She is one of my absolute favorite romance writers. Again, she writes Black romance stories, and she has a ton of books. My favorite all-time favorite series from her is the it's called, her series always have these like long titles with words that you wouldn't think go together but do. But my favorite series from her is the Love Unaccounted. And I've talked about this before, but this is a series that features a pastor who's into BDSM. Need I say more? Like, what? Like, no, but yes. But yes, though. That's all I'm going to say. It's amazing. It has 3 books, and I'm currently finished the first book, and then I'm trying to find the cover. That's why I'm distracted. But I currently finished the first book, and I'm going to start on the second book. Where is the cover? It like shows the cover for literally a second, which is annoying. Cover, there we go. Okay, so this is book 1. I will learn how to use technology one day. There we go. In Covenant with Ezra. That is book 1. I finished it as of last night. This is probably the 5th, and I'm not exaggerating, the 5th time that I have read this series. It is that good. So I read it like at least twice a year, like the sick person I am, but it's okay. I'm currently reading the book 2, In Love with Ezra. So, like I said, I'm just going to tell you like the current things I'm reading, because if I were to go back and show you all the Love Belvin books I've read within the past 2 weeks, we'd be here all day. But I'm currently reading this. I started it this morning, early this morning, In Love with Ezra. And then there's one more book in the series. So yes, Love Belvin, obsessed. And then Love Belvin's newest release, let me plug her because she 100% deserves it. Her newest release is about a female boxer. I just love her. I just love her. And this is the cover. Like, who else is going to give us a book about a female boxer? Love Belvin, that's who. It's called Muted Love, and it's the beginning of a new series. So this is book 1, and it came out recently. This is her newest release. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the physical books. Some are from my TBR. Ooh, and then like as in I'm planning on reading them this month or next. And then some I'm currently reading. The first one is the obligatory book club book. So Black Prose Book Club, y'all, if you missed the live from yesterday, it was probably the most lit live we have ever had. We had B from Azkaban's library on. And let me tell you, B, they did not pull any punches whatsoever. Okay? So you can definitely check that out. I will link our YouTube channel in the description box of this live after it ends, or you can simply just search Black Prose Club and our YouTube channel will pop up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and check out our live from yesterday because it was lit as fuck. But this is the book club book for the quarter, The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. I will be vlogging. I'm like a couple chapters in, but I will be vlogging the rest of my reading experience and posting it on the book club YouTube for your enjoyment. Now, I want to show you 2 books that are highly, like, if I could start reading them today, I would, if I didn't have other books that I needed to read. We have Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedos, her newest release. Honestly, Elizabeth Acevedos has solidified herself in my heart as my favorite young adult author. I'm obsessed with her. Enough said. I usually listen to her audiobooks because she reads her own audiobooks, and it is heaven. It's like listening to an angel from above read you a story. Nothing like it. So I will be listening to the audiobook, but I also buy the books just because, yes, I want to support you, Elizabeth Acevedo, always. And then one of my highly anticipated, I'm going to be starting this next week, The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I'm so ready. I've heard great things. I also really like the aesthetics of this book. I know, very shallow, but it's fine. It's N.K. Jemisin. I'm super hyped. And then 2 books that I'm petering my way through. One of them, Brittany is literally going to slap me from Texas, where she is, if I don't finish this book. So this is Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City. I'm 100 pages away from the end. And then I am rereading the wonderful, the lovely Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm obsessed with this edition. It's called the Seasons edition. I don't know who makes these, but I found out about them on Amazon. It was recommended to me. And it's this company, they do this thing called like the Seasons edition. And I think this is winter. And they're having summer come out soon. And essentially with every season, they print classics and they have these like really cool covers. So the summer edition has like Jane Eyre. Y'all know I've already pre-ordered it. And some other books, if you're interested, you can you can look it up on Amazon. And just if you want them, go ahead and pre-order them because they only print 10,000 copies. Okay? But yeah, so I wish I knew like what publishing company this is. Oh, HarperCollins. We should have known. Yes, the artwork for all titles in the Seasons edition, this is the winter collection, was envisioned, sketched, and executed by Kate Armstrong, HarperCollins Christian Publishing design team. Very interesting, but should have known. But yeah, so it still has like the protective film on it, and I will never take it off. But see the detail there. This is like one of my favorite book cover designs ever. And then on the back, it has like a quote from the book. But essentially, this is one of the books that I read whenever I'm in a writing slump or I need like creative inspiration. But there's about 3 or 4 books that I read that like gets me right back. And one of them is Pride and Prejudice. So making my way slowly, savoring it. I'm actually also listening to the audiobook as well. But yeah, so I wanted to show you all those books. Oh, my quarantine reading. And then I'm working on a video right now where I go way more into detail about all of the other books that I have read and am reading during quarantine. And I think I have some like really great book recommendations coming up in that video too, for those that are interested. Okay, so let's see what we got going on in the chat, because I think I'm going to wrap up quickly here. Let's see. Abominable asks, have you read Be Love? I want to try her, but I'm apprehensive. Okay, here's my thoughts on Be Love. Be Love's older books, to me, are better and more interesting than her more recent releases. Okay, so if you want Abominable, I will send you on Instagram the specific titles of Be Love that I've really enjoyed. So I'll say that. Gemma says, I'm reading the Percy Jackson series for the first time. You know what's interesting? That the Percy Jackson series is in my Amazon cart right now as we speak. And I want to read them. I can't justify purchasing them right now, but I think probably within the next month, I will be purchasing them and reading them. So let me know how you feel about the series, because it's so hyped. And so many of my really good friends, like Troy, who's the last member of our book club, Troy from Inkfleur, she is obsessed. That is her favorite series of all time. So I really want to read that series real bad. Let's see. Blood and Water is coming soon. Also, Blood and Water is coming soon. Okay. Blood and Water. What's Blood and Water? Do I need to look this up? Am I supposed to know? Am I supposed to know? Blood and Water. Is this a show? Is this a book? I see a Netflix show. It has a black girl. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I gotta check that out because that looks fascinating. Okay. Also, any other questions? Jerry said amen, I think, to my pastor who does BDSM thing. Dead. Hashtag dead. Does CLYL have any magical realism elements? CWYL. What's CWYL? Not Crescent City. CWYL. Wait. Huh? Is it one of the books I talked about? And Jerry, what do you mean? Abominable has to go back to work. Okay, bye. Shama says, I still need to read her second book. And then, yes, read it. With the Fire on High is lit as fuck, Gemma. You're going to love it. Bye, Nerdtastic. Oh, yes, please go feed the children. You want me to share my Amazon wish list link? Okay, I'll share it with you. Bye, Jerry. Okay, so I'm going to go. We've been on here for about an hour. I just wanted to pop on, you know what I'm saying, talk to y'all, and then pop off. Continue on with the rest of my day. But I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And Jerry, I'm going to ask you privately what CWYL is, because now that's just going to stay with me. But yes, I will catch you guys in my next video. Mwah. make sure you go watch the the vlogs I have up, and then the new vlogs and the new videos that are coming. I will catch y'all soon. Bye bye. Oh, Shane says Blood and Water looks like Gossip Girl meets Pretty Little Liars with the South African cast. Ooh, and on that note, bye everybody.